Namaste Gurukulian, I hope all of you are fit and fine at your home. So today again we are here, plus 2 class and physical education. Physical education. It is the third chapter, Yoga and Lifestyle, part 1. As you know that CBSE remove or decrease 30% of the syllabus 9 to plus 2. Cause of that, the chapter second is cut off from your syllabus. Chapter second was that sports and nutrition. It was very important, but we have to run according to the rule and regulation of CBSE. So chapter third, Yoga and Lifestyle, it is the part 1 or it is of physical education. Yoga and lifestyle. First one is yoga. Yoga. You know, history of yoga indeed very old. History of yoga indeed very old. If I talk about the culture of yoga, from where it comes, so many countries are there which are claiming that yoga started from their country, like first China. China claims that yoga came from China, but on the second half, if we talk about that in India also that yoga was there in historical period. First one, if I talk about Patanjali. Patanjali or Patanjali, different pronunciation are there. So Patanjali in 147 BC, he written a book on yoga. He written a book on yoga. It means it show that the history of yoga is very old, or it started from India, because Indian, those are the philosophers, they are claiming that yoga started from India. Patanjali in 147 BC he written a book on yoga, that was Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra. Or if I talk about the epic period, during that epic period we call that Mahakavya Kal. In that Mahabharata and Ramayana, special thing during this period, Gurukul institution where children or students getting education or how to survive life, different type of skills, different type of subjects they learn in that Gurukul. If I talk about that, in Gurukul they are getting the education of agriculture, they are getting the education of war skills, they are getting the education how to rule, which type of condition they have to implement on the people. So these type of things people or students or children learn in the Gurukul in epic period. But one thing, during this period pressure laid on the dhyan. Dhyan means a person have to this much conscience or this much concentrated that he can do his work easily. So dhyan, it is related to the yoga. In this time there is a Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, or even Bhakti Yoga. Karma Yoga means the deeds of human being, they relate with yoga. Means which type of work, if we are any type of work we are doing, like I am doing agriculture, I am doing business, I am a king, so my work should be with proper concentration, there should be no mistake. Without any mistake, without any we can say bad deeds, I have to do my work. It is related with कर्म योग, that our कर्म हमारे काम साफ और सुथरे होने चाहिए. सेकंड वन इज ध्यान योग. We have to concentrate, we have to control overall instinct of the human beings. You know that we are human being. If we are there are the instincts by birth, some instincts are there like crying, fear, anger, or many more. When we enter in the society, many more according to the situation take place in our behavior. So control over all instinct, it is also we are learning from the yoga through ध्यानात्मक आसन्स. ओके. और भक्ति योग, भक्ति योग during that Vedic period, that religious movements on that time took place in the society, like Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam. These type of religions take place in the society, or on that time different people, those are worshipping the gods, they are saying through bhakti yog they can unite themselves with the god. So bhakti yog take place during the religious period. So it is also a method that through yoga we can unification, we can unite ourselves with the divine one, god. Except this Patanjali epic period, that Kabir Das, we can say Saint Kabir, Saint Kabir, Surdas, Tulsidas, Meera. On that time these were the philosophers or poets. They laid stress on the bhakti yoga. Through bhakti yoga we can unite with the god. Means our conscience, our control over our emotions this much high that what happening around us, our concentrate didn't go over there, only inside. For what purpose we are sitting, for what purpose we are worshipping our god, our concentration must be this much high. So they laid stress on bhakti yoga. Now from where that word yoga came, if I talk about according to the Indian culture, that yoga word came from the Sanskrit word yuj. Yuj means to join or add, जोड़ देना. The word yuj, if in Sanskrit I call it is a dhatu, yuj dhatu. From yuj that word yoga came, it meant to join or to add, to join and add. Or that word, it is a symbol that unification or unite a individual with divine soul. Divine soul means with God. In other word, that yoga meaning of yoga is that it is the development development of individual consciousness. Consciousness. Many definition also given by the different people like Patanjali, even in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna also define yoga, Tulsidas, Surdas, many are there. So now we will do the definition of yoga. Definition of yoga. One more thing, that yoga is unification of Atma with Paramatma. Okay, so definition. Definition of yoga. People describe yoga. What is yoga? These type of definitions. First one is checking the impulse or impulses of mind is yoga. It is given by Patanjali. Here impulses here related with emotions. Emotion, we can say stimulating. Uttejana, control over all emotions, is called yoga. Mind, impulses of mind, all the emotions, what's happening with human being, because if we are human being, we have different type of emotions. That emotions means, we can say we have a scattered mind. To control that scattered mind, or that mind, we have to concentrate on single point. That is called yoga according to the Patanjali. Second one, according to Ved Vyas. Yoga is attaining the pose. Attaining the pose means it related with the asanas. Like if I am sitting on a chair, if easily I am sitting, I have a stamina, my muscles have a power to sit on the chair for a long time. It means I am fit and fine. But here attaining the pose, maybe you have seen different type of television serials are there. In that serials, if we talk about Shiva, Lord Shiva, sometime we show he is standing on one leg. Mean it is a pose, it is a position, it is a posture. So here he is talking about the attaining the pose, means usko achieve kar lena easily, without any fatigue, without any problem. So it is said by the Ved Vyas, yoga is attaining the pose. One more is that yoga is spiritual Kamdhenu. That our deed, our work, it is according to the God, means it is in the favor of God, nothing else. One more, according to the Bharti Krishna Tirtha. According to Bharti Krishna, yoga is oneness of man with God is known as yoga. It is the definition given by Bharati Krishna. Means it is same that unification with the divine soul, Atma with Paramatma, that is called yoga. Or Lord Krishna Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita what he said? He said skill in action or efficiency alone is yoga. Skill in action or efficiency alone is yoga. Efficiency alone is yoga. That is given by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. Skill in action. What is the skill we have if it is in action, or efficiency alone is yoga? Means what type of action it is? It should be efficient, prabhavshali. If it is not prabhavshali, what we are doing, that our actions are not efficiently implement in, we can say, society, in the favor, in the happiness, in the health of society. It should be good for everyone. That skill in action or efficiency alone in yoga, that is called yoga according to the Lord Krishna. In this chapter, yoga and lifestyle, that is the history of yoga, that what is yoga. Maybe through these definitions, through this information, I am sure that you know that what is yoga. Yuj, that word use, it come from yuj, that means unite, jod dena, unification with God, Atma with Paramatma, that is also that called yoga. But here yoga and lifestyle, here he is talking about yoga and what is the implementation or what is the effect of yoga in our lifestyle. Nowadays, dear student, you know that we entered in professionalism. Our whole day timing, even our 24 hours are divided with different work. Like if I got up early in the morning, then I will go for a walk for physical exercise, then I come back, then I take bath, dress up, then I take my breakfast, or that breakfast should be according to the activity. This much we enter in the professionalism, that our diet according to that our next activity. As you know, you studied in the Gurukul, your diet plan, it should not be heavy, that during the class time you feel sleepy, because whenever we eaten, on that time our brain give order to our heart that pump blood toward the digestive system, because on that time workload increase on digestive system, or we feel sleepy. Mean our diet according to the next work. Lunch is there, particular time limit is there, our working hours 6 to 8 hours is there, even more than 8 hours also. Then in the evening come back, means everything is divided. So that is called professionalism. Or cause of this fast lifestyle, what happen? Different type of disease take place in individual, different type of obesity, different type of postural deformity, which are harmful for our upcoming future. So to remove that we can say lackness, deformities, that disease, we have to involve with yoga, and then we can improve our lifestyle, even we can positive our lifestyle. So yoga, first in this chapter we will talk about all type of asanas. At first, element of yoga. These are the general things you have to know. Element of yoga. These elements took from the Yoga Sutra. Yoga Sutra, a book written by Patanjali. Element of yoga is yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, ध्यान, samadhi. So these are the 8 elements of yoga: yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, samadhi. Yam, all the points of yam related with the social or society. Okay, yam. 5 parts are there: ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, and aparigraha. If I talk about niyam, means soch, tap, संतोष, स्वाध्याय, एंड ईश्वर प्राणी ध्यान. ईश्वर प्राणी ध्यान. These are the rules. Yam, it is totally related with the society, means which type of bad deeds we have to live in our life, in our living life. Ahimsa means we don't fight. Satya, we have to speak truth. Asteya means we don't steal anything. Brahmacharya means we have to obey the rule of brahmacharya. We don't go toward the bad literature or videography, whatever it is, because people when entered in the adolescence period, on that time they face this type of problem. Aparigraha means we have to eat normal food. Second one is niyam. These niyams we have to implement on ourselves. It is related with society, it is related with the individual. Soch, in the morning get up, that we have to fresh. Tap, when we have for any work we have to do hard work. Santosh, whatever we have to satisfied, or we have to do work for future. Swadhyaya means sometime we have to sit in dhyan position and try to join ourselves with the divine one, with Bhagwan के साथ मिलकर. ईश्वर प्राणिदान, when what we are doing, it is for the God. After that, pranayam also, if I talk about pranayam having a 3-part: purak, rechak, and kumbhak. Kumbhak also 2: internal and external. Purak means we have to breathe inside. Rechak means breathe out. Kumbhak means to stop it. Internal means like breathe inside and then stop it for some time. Or external means we have to that carbon dioxide throw out, and on that time don't breathe, that take time for some time. That is called kumbhak. Pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi, these are the concentration that we have to concentrate all things: dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. These are the element of yoga. Asan. Asan. 3 type of asanas are there. First one is meditative. meditative asan. Second one is relaxative asan. Third one is cultural or corrective asan. Three types are there. From these asan, like cultural or corrective asan, these are very helpful for our to remove many type of deformity or many type of disease from our body. Meditative asans means we have to control overall emotions. Relaxative asan to relax our physically also or mentally also. That asan relate with our physical or mental relaxation. Here corrective or cultural asan. Even some kiryas also there. Kiryas are for the sanitation of internal body organ. 6 type of kiryas are there. नेति, धोती, बस्ती, त्राटक, कपालभाति. नेति, धोती, बस्ती, त्राटक, कपालभाति, and 6th one is न्योली. Only name you have to remember. Any type of question can come also from this side also. Neti, dhoti, basti, tratak, kapalbhati and nyoli. These are the 6 kiryas for the sanitation of internal organ of human body. If we talk about benefit of asan, benefit of asan for our physical health. Second one, mental health. Physical health, mental health, and helpful with deal many diseases. It is the work of simple general points. It is specific also are there, but we will talk about the generals in this chapter. Yoga and lifestyle. Here they are given in the book some time of different type of that deformity also. We can say some problem which a normal person face in his life. So how he can remove that problems from his lifestyle, or he can survive with healthy body or healthy mind. So in this chapter we will talk about the obesity. Obesity means what is obesity, or what is the remedial for the obesity, or which are the restrictions if the person having obesity, which type of asan he have to do, or which type of asan he have to avoid, or how he can overcome from obesity. Second one is diabetes. Nowadays, people the whole day they having a sitting job. Continuously they are sitting. If sitting job is there, they are eating, or they are not expendituring that energy which they are taking through their meal. So obesity take place. That तोंद बाहर आ जाना एक तरह से. और this problem occur in male or female both also. Second one, diabetes. If the person is having obesity, so automatically we will found that the person he is diabetic, because we are not burning our calories which we are intake. So if we are not burning the calories, the glycogen or the glucose continuously rotating in our veins or in our arteries, we are not utilizing that, or even from other side continuously we are eating. So a person face the problem of diabetes. Third one is asthma. Asthma, it is also a general thing. It's occur even not in the adults, especially with the children, because nowadays what happen, our life become very fast, or in that fast life there is a contribution of vehicles. You know, on highway the whole day vehicles are running here and there, even through trains also, through factories also, through nuclear plants also. They are producing continuously pollution. Cause of that pollution, it is a respiratory disease, asthma, it take place in an individual. So it is also a general thing, or even nowadays we have seen that it's occur in the newborn child also, because they take birth in the environment which is already very much polluted. Fourth one, asthma. Fourth one, hypertension. Hypertension. Cause of obesity, diabetes, asthma, that fourth one is hypertension, because life become this much fast. Even you are a student, you are studying nowadays, after that you will complete your graduation, or suppose if you will not get a job according to what you have did in your preparatory period, then what happen? You don't know how to do that agriculture, because you studied, you take tuitions, you learn the thing in labs, you don't know about the agriculture, and you don't know how to do business. So on that time a stress is there on human being, that it's increase the hypertension, a very bad thing. Cause of this hypertension, people cannot move forward or further in their future, or we cannot do any work if we have a hypertension. It is related with stress, anxiety or depression also. Or nowadays if I talk about in India, out of 10, 4 or 3 people are which are suffering from hypertension, anxiety, stress or depression. Because life become very fast, chances are less we can say successful, for success life chances are very less. Unemployment is also a biggest cause of hypertension. Second one, environmental change, pollution, many more things, or even eating habits. We are not eating a healthy food, we are eating continuously junk food, which increase the risk of obesity, diabetes, asthma and hypertension. Fifth one is back pain. Back pain. Obesity is there, the person having more percentage of fat on his body, means his body weight is not according to the BMI, that normal BMI 18.2 24. If he is more than 24 means he is having a obesity. If he is less than 18, then it means he has a lean body. Both are not good. Lean maybe work, but if more than 24, the person having a obesity, then he will face definitely many type of disease, many type of drawbacks in regarding his health in the future. But that back pain, obesity is there, then stress, a lot of stress is there on our skeletal system, our bones, because if according to the BMI, if my height is 6 feet, then my body weight must be 80, 82, 78 like this. If my body weight is more than 85, 90, 100, then automatically a stress take place on my skeletal system, on my bones. That stress is it's generate, or we can say it's increase that problem that is called back pain. Back pain in our vertebral column, most of people are having, because continuously they have a sitting job. If they don't know how to sit continuously, the proper posture they don't know how to sit. They sit in bad posture, they work in bad posture, cause of that they face back pain. Or obesity also a big cause of back pain. So on these 5 topics we will talk about in this chapter. First one, obesity, or to remove obesity, which type of asana we have to do, or what is the benefit, or what is the procedure to do that asanas. Then diabetes, then asthma, then hypertension, then back pain. Very, very important chapter, even easy, but give a big lesson to us for our sharp or healthy future. So watch the video properly. Today only we will discuss about what is yoga, what is the history of yoga, some parts of yoga, element of yoga, or pranayam, what is pranayam, or even that kiryas for internal sanitation of human body, or these 5 general problems which people are facing nowadays cause of their daily lifestyle. So आज के लिए इतना ही, तब तक के लिए सभी को नमस्ते, धन्यवाद।